It sounds like Honda is not done with this situation. Now, if you missed this in Arlington, Joe Shimoda ended up rolling through a double and the start-finish jump because he saw a red light, which apparently is being called a lead light now, which is not the same thing as a red cross flag and whatever. Supposedly, there was a person going backwards on the track underneath the jump, and this is him right here. He rolls that, rolls this, and rolls that. Whereas Pierce Brown jumps it, ends up passing him. And just to play the devil's advocate here, this was at like 11 minutes to go in the race. There was plenty of time for Joe to catch him and pass that. I mean, he had built like a 3-second lead to start this. But in a press release from Honda today saying, quote, "At night's end, Honda HRC progressive personnel vigorously disputed the lack of penalties around the red flag incidents in both classes. On Monday, the AMA released an official statement indicating that it has no plan to apply penalties. The team intends to escalate the issue and is currently reviewing all viable avenues." Now, this wasn't just a 250 side of things, too. Even though Hunter Lawrence did get his win in the 450 side of things, there was also an incident with jumping on flags there. And Lars Lindstrom, the Honda HRC Progressive team manager, says, quote, "The bittersweet part is being on the short end of the stick when it comes to other riders jumping on red flashing lights and red cross flags. In the past, we've been penalized more than any other team for this, some deserved, some we didn't agree with at all. In this case, it was clear to us that there were penalties necessary, which should have given us the win in the 250s and dramatically increased our 450 point lead. The team, Honda management, and I are absolutely infuriated that there wasn't more done in this situation after what happened to us in the past for the same things. I am very disappointed with the decision, and we will be fighting hard to have it overturned." Now, obviously, as of the moment, Joe Shimoda is second in points of the 250s after the first round, and Hunter Lawrence extended his lead in the 450s to a whole whopping 4, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he came into this race with a 1-point lead. So overall, Honda feels pretty well dicked about this situation. Obviously, if you can extend your point lead in the 450 class, it's going to be great for Hunter Lawrence. Give him a little bit more of a cushion. You know, any points you can get there is incredible. If you're Joe, you feel like you just got shafted out of a win that he should have had. When he had a huge lead, he supposedly did what you're supposed to do when you see a flashing red light and roll both of those, whereas the people behind you pass you because they jumped. And yes, like I said, you can argue the fact that if he built a 3-second lead to start with the race and you still had 11 or 10 minutes, whatever it was, to continue the race, he should have been able to catch and possibly pass for first again. But it's one of those things that, you know, ifs and buts or honey nuts, everybody would be rich and happy, whatever. It's kind of one of those situations that who knows what would have happened. Now, Brandon Wilson, the American Honda manager of racing and experimental marketing, says, quote, "First of all, congratulations to Hunter and Joe. They both rode amazingly and they made perfect, high-stakes, split-second decisions in the heat of battle. They should receive every benefit that they're entitled to. Instead, their accomplishments are being partially diluted by mistakes or poor decisions outside their control. In the past, our team has been on the losing end of red flag-related penalties more often than we would like. While that was frustrating, we could at least understand that the rules were being applied. Now suddenly, the rulebook is being ignored in favor of tortured explanations about nuanced situations. Moving forward, we must get to a place where the rules are being enforced consistently, regardless of the rider or the team involved. For the safety of all riders and to ensure that our sport is respected as a legitimate professional operation, we are committed to being a part of the solution. We will work with all relevant parties to make sure that this does not happen again." Now, it is true. Like, if you're one way saying it's fine for some people and other things it's saying it's fine for others, and now these are lead lights, not red flags. They're, supposed to tell you that something might be coming up supposedly in the next 25 meters of track. But if you're going over the start-finish jump, you can't see 25 meters in front of you. All you see is the face of the jump, and you have absolutely no idea what's on the other side. So if you decide, oh, I don't see a flag, I'm going to jump, and there's somebody down on the other side of that jump, well, that's going to be a problem. And especially it is if you're not applying the rules consistently for everybody in every situation, it just looks bad and is, I don't know, unprofessional. But this is where I'm gonna leave you guys. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Was he robbed? Was it the right call? What do you think of the 450 side of things? Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things this platform allows you to do, because it does really help me out. I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.